everyone, and welcome to today's reading. I hope that all is well. If you're new here, I am LeeApocrypha, and it is a pleasure to meet you. I hope you'll consider sticking around, and if you are returning, welcome back, Soul Family. I love you guys, and I always appreciate you guys coming back. I would love to hear some of your guys' feedback. Unfortunately, I will not be offering in-person readings anymore for a while, but I am still available for readings. If you'd like one, then please feel free to message me and we can discuss that further. So for today, we have a pick a pile reading, as you can clearly tell by the name of the video. So we have, this is going to be pile number 1. Now the cool thing about this one is that we were selling it at work. I just saw 111. If that's a synchronicity for you, maybe this is a pile you might want to consider watching. But usually they're not like this, and this one I'm not sure if you could see it, but I think it's a phantom. I don't think you'll be able to see it. Kind of hard to see. But so this is pile 1. This is a smoky quartz obelisk, and then we have here pile number 2. This is a clear quartz phantom. For sure this one is a phantom. So clear quartz phantom generator, a little small one. So if you feel called to both piles, watch both. If you feel called to one, watch one. But here's pile 1 and pile 2. If you need to pause the video to pick your pile, then go ahead and do so. Alright, so we're going to get started with pile number 1. I'll go ahead and use the same roll. So again, here's pile 1. If you chose pile 1, the smoky quartz obelisk, this is your pile. We'll go ahead and get started with this one here. I have no clue what's gonna come out today, which is usually how I do my readings. As always, information, disclaimers, and decks are in the description box down below. If you need to or want to have a look, please do so. If you would like to consider leaving me a tip, that information is down below as well. It's never expected, but always very appreciated. If you have any ideas for specific videos that you would like to see me make, then please consider leaving a comment down below what you would like to see. I know I've been needing to get back into my zodiac sign readings. I've already had a couple of friends request them, so I feel like energy should be lifting quite a bit. There's been a lot going on in my life right now, and things are feeling lighter right now, so we'll see. Okay. So we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. This sword, or this card in this deck, is a very backstabbing type of feeling. So I feel some of you may have felt backstabbed in the past by someone significant to you. This could be family, a partner, a friend, a coworker, or something. I heard a teacher. But what I'm seeing here is that you are moving away from this situation. Now, a lot of these came out. I'm just going to pull the top one. The top one. No, you want all of them? Okay. So I'm actually just going to pull all of them for you. So we have the Magician in reverse. We have the Hierophant in reverse. A lot of reversals today. We have the Nine of Wands in reverse. The Three of Cups in reverse. Literally all of them are in reverse. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles also in reverse. So I feel like a lot of you have been feeling very, very blocked lately. If you have been curious about when the next major moon phase is, there's going to be one on Wednesday. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Consider doing a ritual to release this energy or to focus on bringing in new energy. I don't remember if it's a full moon or a new moon. So depending on the moon phase, releasing or bringing in. I feel like you've been feeling very out of your element lately. Like it's been really hard for you to connect to source or connect to your higher self with the entities that you work with. You may have been struggling to manifest, but I see that you are trying to get to a place where you lower your guard, where you kind of, despite this backstabbing energy that you have gone through, I see that you are trying to put your guard down for others, even though it's kind of like this back and forth energy where you want to let your guard down, but at the same time you are isolating yourself from people around you who may have been wanting to hang out or spend time with you or celebrate something with you. You may be really caught up in your head, having a lot of doubts, fears, anxieties for some of you. For others of you who specifically connect with darker energies, I feel like for some of you, you've been kind of questioning your connection. And for others of you, it's like I see two different groups of people here that are experiencing different things. Some of you are moving away from beliefs that you have been conditioned to believe are true. Some of you are delving deeper into the unknown or into the darkness. I put in quotation marks, but I mean it quite literally as well. I heard dancing with the devil, but it's weird because I heard it in like Dance Macabre by Ghost. I heard it in that kind of way, but that's not like how the lyrics go. Some of you may have felt like somebody has cursed you or has been planning to bring you down. You've been trying to get yourself unstuck, but you feel like there are situations around you or people around you that keep bringing you down, taking you down with them, throwing you under the bus. If you have a family, like I'm seeing for somebody very specific, this is not going to resonate with everyone, but I feel like you may have a very religious family that's very against like tarot and shit like that they're like, oh, it's evil and all this bullshit, even though they don't know anything about it. And then you may have a sibling who kind of ratted you out that you have a deck or that you're connecting with crystals, that you're trying to connect more spiritually in a way that's not how you were raised to believe. And you may have a family member that kind of ratted you out. I feel like that's an extremely, extremely specific message. I feel like if that's your message, then you're not happy with what you're currently being forced into or the beliefs that have been shoved down your throat. You've been wanting to explore new avenues and you have been curious about learning more about yourself and creating balance in your life. You may have been doing research on demonology or working with like lunar goddesses that are seen as dark energies. It's hard for you to kind of celebrate with the people around you because you're feeling like you're not resonating with them anymore. You're feeling really stuck, but you're trying to get out of that, is what I'm seeing here. You really are trying to become your own alchemist and follow your own path, pave your own path, follow your heart, follow your intuition, which is leading you away from your the beliefs that you have been raised into. For someone specific here, I don't feel like that would resonate for everybody. You may have experienced something in the church that you go to that has made you lose faith in God or lose faith in your pastor or the bishop or whoever preaches or who gives the I heard sermon. I don't know if that's the right word. Maybe you've really experienced something that you may have wanted to talk to your family about, or that you have talked to them but they didn't believe you. Again, I feel like this is a very specific message that you are really struggling to find balance. You know that it wouldn't be good to completely close off. You still have people that you care about and you have people who actually support you and understand you. But those are few and far between. Or maybe it was a best friend or somebody like that who you feel ratted you out, or who's been sharing information about like what you're doing these days or what you're into. It's like, for example, I work at a store that happens to sell crystals and tarot and some stuff like that. And it really pisses me the fuck off when there's like a teenager, for example, who gets a tarot deck, and it could be the cat tarot, like literally a tarot deck that doesn't have any dark imagery whatsoever. They go up to their parents, and usually it's the mother. They go up to the mother like, oh, look at this, and oh, isn't it really cute? And they're all excited because they want to learn. And the mother or the parents are like, what are you doing? Like, put that back. You're not going to get that. I'm not going to get that for you. You're crazy. You know that's not good. You know that's evil, or blah, blah, blah. They're spewing all this bullshit when they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. That is literally a pet peeve of mine. And there have been times that I talk to customers and I'm like, honestly, tarot has helped me through so much in my life. And I'll be telling them all this information. I'm a professional tarot reader. It's not about telling people their future. It's about letting them know how they can make changes in their life to benefit themselves and the people that they love. And they look at me like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, like I'm batshit crazy. And it pisses me off because there's so many people out there that think they know what is what when they've never done a single fucking bit of research on the shit that they think they know. I'll give another example. Somebody very close to me, they still are iffy about what I do, but they support me. They have literally gone to support me at events where they just go to see me, see how I'm doing, see what's going on, and, you know, wish me a great day and everything. But there was a day, I have a Baphomet backpack purse thing. And one day this person is like, oh, ugly boy, like ugly man, ugly guy or whatever, kind of messing with my backpack. I'm like, excuse me? Like, that is so rude. First of all, that's so rude. I never do that to any of your things. And so, like, I did get a little defensive. I was like, why do you think that he's ugly? He's literally like the cutest fucking thing. This backpack that I have. If you're interested in seeing it, I'm not gonna go get it, but I have an unboxing of it if you want to check that out. But I digress. So in the end, she's like, no, well, I just don't like him. He's ugly and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know, Baphomet's energy is literally about balance. And the saddest thing is, like, you say that he's ugly, but have you ever done research on him? And she's like, no, and I don't need to. And I was like, then what do you know? What do you think you know about him then? And the saddest thing is, I used to be that way too, because that's how I was raised. I was raised in Christianity. I was raised to believe that he's evil when I've never felt more balanced in my fucking life. So I feel you. If this resonates with you, I understand what you're going through and how fucking frustrating and annoying it can be, where all these people that think they know what the fuck they're talking about when they don't know a goddamn fucking thing because they don't do their own research. It's just hearsay over years and years and years and years instead of actually getting off their ass, doing the most simplest research, and coming to find just how much these entities or whatever the case is has really helped people. When I was in this darkest point in my life, in my depression, tarot has really helped me because it started to bring out what it was that I couldn't see because it was in my subconscious. I didn't want to go to therapy. It's not like I had money for that. I know a lot of people didn't want to either. I wanted to do it myself. But the tool that I used to help me was tarot. And here I am. You never know what you're going to learn and how it will benefit you and how you can use that gift to help others. When I started reading tarot, I was only reading for myself, and I never had the intention of reading for anybody else. Ever. I never thought that I'd read for anybody else until one day my sister's like, hey, give me a reading. I was like, well, I mean, I'm still learning, and I don't promise it'll be accurate, but if you want one, sure, let's try it out. So she didn't tell me this, but she had a question in her mind specifically. And when I was doing the reading, by the end of it, I was like, so did it resonate? And she was like, it literally answered my question that I didn't even tell you about because I wanted to see what would happen. And that started happening. Friends would ask me for a reading. I'd be like, I don't promise that'll be accurate, but sure, like, fuck it, let's go for it. And then by the end of it, they're like, that was accurate. And so eventually I'm like, wow, like, people are saying it's accurate, and how much the advice or whatever came up has helped them. I want to do this professionally. I want to do this because I care about helping others, and it feels good. I love reading tarot for other people. And that's something that if I stayed stuck in my upbringing, I never would have given a chance. Ever. Never, ever, ever. I saw 21:11 turn to 21:12. It's something that not everyone's gonna understand. But in the end, who gives a fuck what other people think? It doesn't fucking matter. As long as you're not harming yourself or anybody else, and you're utilizing whatever you can to become your greatest version, what the fuck can they say? That they think they know everything. I guarantee you that nobody does. Nobody knows everything. But the only way that you will learn is through experience and research and actually trying new things and learning new things. That's it. If you stay stuck in this mentality of this is bad, this is good, this is bad, this is good, whatever, you're keeping yourself so limited. You're keeping your own power so limited. Why? Out of fear what somebody else will think. So the fuck what they think. Eventually at some point I'm like, hey mom, dad, like, this is what I'm into. And yeah, they were apprehensive. Yeah, they were worried and concerned. But I mean, yes, it's still not their beliefs, and yes, it's still something that they don't really like. But they see how happy it makes me and how I have helped other people too. And so I'm grateful to have their support. And I understand that not everyone has that. Unfortunately, not everyone has that. But whether you have it or not, you have to be that for yourself. Whether I had their support or not, I would still be doing what I'm doing. I wouldn't stop for anybody. There have been situations in my life where things are going so good, and then there are blockages in my life where I feel like somebody is trying to fuck with my manifestation. You know what? Fuck you. Do whatever the fuck you think you want to do, because you are not going to fucking stop me. You know why? Because I am fucking, what's the word? I have the desire and the passion, and nobody, not even family, not even my significant other, not even my friends or random strangers, nobody will get in the way of that. And if they try, get the fuck out of my life. Period. You don't like it? Then I don't need you then. You don't have to like it. You don't have to like it, that's fine. You don't have to push people away. But if you're gonna go around telling me all this bullshit, acting like you know what the fuck when you don't, then I don't need you. And I know that's different for everybody. And again, I'm very grateful because I do have the support, even though they don't like it. And not everyone has that. There are literally people that are afraid to come out of as being a witch or a Wiccan or a pagan or a demonologer because of their family. Maybe because they're not old enough or don't have a stable enough job that they could find their own place. So it's going to be different for everybody. But deep down, don't let anybody get in the way of what it is that you want, as long as you're not harming yourself or other people. Do as thy will, harm none, but take no shit. That's what I'm getting. You need to have the desire that no one can fucking break. The only person who can stop you is you. And if you let yourself lose, then you stop yourself. Don't blame anyone else. But if it's what you really desire, then follow through with that, even if it's little by little, step by step. There are times that I have something planned that I want to do, that I end up so tired and drained and exhausted by the end of the day, I don't even get to it. But you know what? Maybe the next morning I might. Maybe the next day I might. Little by little, step by step, you keep doing what it is. You keep doing what it is that you feel called to do. Safely, like be careful, of course. Do your research, of course. But follow your intuition, follow your heart. This life, your path is your path. You don't need to follow the road that has already been paved by your ancestors, by your friends, by your coworkers, by the random ass people around you. If they want to follow the path that everyone else walks, that's fine. Wish them well on their path, but wish yourself well on your path. Pave your own path. If that is what you are being called to do, then do it. People are gonna leave. Let them. People are gonna hate it. People are gonna backtalk you, talk shit behind your back. Well, you know what? Maybe they never really knew you. People who really love you and who really support you are not gonna stop loving you just because you have changed. Well, you know what? I'd rather change than be the same person for 10 years. Because I guarantee you, those people are usually stuck and feel lost and feel unmotivated. And usually it's because they keep themselves stuck out of fear of what other people think. I saw 27. 7, 8, 9. 9. 9 is about ends of cycles. Like you're right there, but it's your choice. You can stay stuck or you can move forward. I feel like what this smoky quartz is saying, like, protect yourself, protect your energy, because there are people who are trying to plan your downfall. People who don't want to see you succeed. People who don't want to see you happy. And you know what? Fuck them. They can focus on them damn self. They can work on building their own fucking empire. They can use their time wisely on focusing on them instead of spewing all this bullshit about you. But you know what? While they're talking all this shit, they're only making themselves look bad. You focus on your goal and don't let anyone else stop you from achieving it. You have to have the will, the desire, and the belief to make it happen. And as I was saying that, it actually reminded me of Michael W. Ford in one of his books about Luciferianism. If that's something that you're interested, look into it. Even if you have to go to the library because you can't buy a book because your family's so goddamn nosy and they'll just throw away or burn whatever it is that you buy. I literally had a customer one day told me that her parents threw away her tarot deck. What the fuck? You're scared of fucking cards? That's pretty fucking pathetic if you ask me. Oh, cards. Oh, so scary. Please. Get out of here with that bullshit. For real, I hate it. Like, it pisses me off so much, and it makes me so sad for these people who are trying to become their own person just because other people don't understand. And they turn it around on you. No. Why? Stand tall, believe in what you believe, have a reason for it, have the research to support your beliefs, and charge forward. Don't let anyone fucking stop you. And if they try, let them. Learn to be an alchemist. Learn to utilize each and every single type of energy thrown at you. Negative, positive, sexual, disgusted, whatever energy that people are throwing at you in your face or behind your back, learn to transmute that shit. Because there will always be people that when they see you shining your light, they'll do everything that they can to bring you down. You know what? Maybe they should look in the fucking mirror. Maybe they should do that. You dust it off. Keep going. People will always try to stop and talk shit about the people who are successful. There's a quote. I just saw 31:11, looked away and saw 31:13. There's a quote that's something like, you know when you're successful because you have haters. I saw 31:31. People who are not successful, people who have nothing going for them, people don't even pay them mind. People don't even pay attention to them. It's when you get off your ass and you start manifesting, you start bringing into this world what it is that you desire, that all eyes are on you. All of a sudden, now people support you, and now people have left your life. Let anyone do what they're gonna do. Be grateful for the support of the people that love you and that care about you and that want to see you succeed. Be grateful for that. And all the other people who just talk shit or who just drop you like the dime or like a drop of a hat or something, well, maybe you're just too much energy for them. Maybe they can't handle you. I saw 32:32. 55. 5 is about change. 10 is coming to completion. It's up to you what it is that you want to do with your time and your energy. There are going to be days that you feel unmotivated. There are going to be days that you need to sleep in or you need to rest and relax. Do what you got to do. But then you know what? Always have that desire within you that no one can extinguish. No one. Not family, not friends, not significant other, nobody. And those are the people who are successful. Those are the people that make it through whatever shit people throw at them. Whether it's a curse, or it's evil eye, or it's jealousy, or spite, or anger, or frustration, or whatever the hell it is. Transmute that shit. I just saw 33:33. Transmute it. Energy, scientifically, quantum physics states, energy cannot be created nor destroyed, only transferred or transmuted. So, if energetically people are sending you some nasty ass energy, transmute it. You feel a lack of energy, transmute that energy. Take it and transmute it. And use it to power you up, to keep you going, to fill you up. Other people will let themselves succumb to the pressure, succumb to the shit, succumb to all the negativity. Well, you know what? Embrace it. Because the more successful you are, the less that people are going to, how can I say? The more successful you are, the more haters you have. And you can't let it stop you. Think about all of the talented musicians and artists and actors and all of this. Think of how far they are, how far they have come, and how much hate they get. No one gave a fuck about them when they were barely starting out. Not until they became successful, they started to get noticed, and now people hate them because they're jealous. Because they don't get off their ass to make their dreams come true. They'd rather talk all this shit. Well, you know what? Get the fuck off your ass. Look in the goddamn mirror. Make something for yourself instead of throwing all your shade at other people. That's pathetic and disgusting. Damn, I feel your frustration. I feel that. If this is resonating with you, I hope that helped because I understand. But you know what? Your life is your life. Again, as long as you're not harming yourself or anybody else, what the fuck does it matter? You only live once, right? I believe in reincarnation, but whether you do or don't, you only live in this life once. So why waste it giving a fuck what other people think? That's a waste of time, a waste of energy. And don't get me wrong, there are times that I fall to, like, I succumb to my own thoughts. I'm worse about that shit to myself. But you know what? I'm at the point where I'm like, maybe I'll bitch and cry and gripe about it for a day, and then tomorrow, it's another day. Let's go. I'm not gonna let it stop me. Don't let it stop you either. Do things because it aligns with your heart and your intuition. If it's not in alignment with what it is that you really desire, don't waste your time. And if you have to use it as a stepping stool to get to where you want, then just know and remind yourself it's temporary. It's only temporary so that you can accomplish what it is that you want. Sorry, my hair is all... You know what I'm saying? Damn. Well, I'm gonna pull a dragon for you. If you connect with dragons or something, that's another energy that you can use to connect with, like, darker energies. If you really have family that doesn't understand, and they would freak out to see where pentacles and sigils and stuff like that, and they'd really question it, connect with dragons. Dragons are a much more universal energy and symbol that it would be much easier for other people to digest, but it could also help you connect with draconic energy, or working with serpent energy really helps bring in change and transformation. Like, you don't have to deck out in certain things. Like, if you're really under the trying to stay under the radar, trying to not have your family throw away your shit or burn it or something, then connect with energies and things that they will not understand the depth of what it means to you. They don't have to know. Again, as long as you're not harming yourself or anybody else who doesn't deserve it or anything like that, then you do you. They don't like it, well, find a way to make it work for you. And eventually, hopefully, they'll be open-minded enough to at least hear your side of the story, or at least to do their own research. But I mean, not everyone's willing to do that. We have Shine Yellow Dragon. Helps you help animals, serve animals, heal, respect, and understand them. It's interesting because before I did this reading, I was shuffling this deck, and I kind of felt like to stop, and I pulled a card, and it was this card, this exact one. And this, I feel, correlates to what I was saying. Connecting with dragon energy or serpent energy or whatever energy it is. You don't have to connect with certain entities. You can connect with animal spirits, animal totems. You want to connect with messengers of the other side, connect with crows and ravens. You want to connect with certain energies, look into what animal is associated with that energy, what bug or creature is associated with that energy, because that is so much more easier to digest than like straight up sigils and pentacles and different things like that. So heal through what it is that you're going through. Respect yourself enough to allow yourself to achieve what it is that you want, even if it's little by little. And do your best to understand your situation and understand there's some people that are so close-minded that they don't give a fuck. They will never understand. You could throw all the facts in their face and they'll just blissfully ignorant. Let them. You know the truth. That's all that matters. At the end of the day, as long as you're not harming yourself or anybody else, that's all that matters. Let me get a couple more. Black Dragon from Saturn brings you wisdom through spiritual discipline. Concentrate, focus on your ultimate vision. Congratulate yourself. You have passed the test. That's beautiful. I love that. I got chills. I love that for you. Discipline yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself, but focus and concentrate on what it is that you're trying to manifest. And again, don't let anyone get in the way of that. If you need to make compromises with something, somebody that you really love, like a partner or something, maybe you guys have different spiritual beliefs. If you really need to make a compromise on something and you really are willing to, then do that. But at the same time, stand your ground and share what it is that you know and why it's so important to you. Congratulate yourself for how far you've come in breaking down the programming that you've been raised to believe. There's a lot more out there than we are made to believe. People still say ghosts don't exist and this doesn't exist and that doesn't exist. How the fuck do you know what exists and what doesn't? Just because you can't see, like animals literally have a much wider range of sight and hearing. They can see and sense things and hear things that we cannot. So how the fuck is it that we think we know everything and that we can see everything and sense everything? No, we can't. No. And some people are too ignorant to believe it. We don't even understand. We have not even traversed the majority of the universe, or even our own ocean. We've still not even traversed the majority of our ocean. What the fuck do we think we know? Search and you will find. But there are going to be times that you're going to have to search alone. Are you going to be disciplined enough to follow through with that? To keep going with it, what it is that you believe? 4411. Despite what it is that other people say, do you believe in it enough yourself to continue on that path? And if it changes, that's okay. Don't feel bad about you changing your beliefs or mixing up beliefs or whatever. It's okay to be eclectic. It's okay to learn from this, that, and the other. Whatever it is that brings you closer to your greatest version is what's right for you, as long as it doesn't harm anybody else. Okay. We have Fire and Water Dragon. Enables your life to flow with loving force. Prepare for change and move forward quickly. Expect the unexpected and have fun. This is about finding balance. There's a lot of like yin yang energy here, so you've been wanting to connect with light and dark energies, then do so. If you love learning about angels and demons, what's wrong with that? Do so. It's not what you know, it's what you do with that knowledge. It's how they say, with great power comes great responsibility. But knowledge is power. So the more you know, the more powerful you are. But what you do with that power is what makes you who you are. Remember that, because that might be important for you. It's not what you know, it's what you do with that knowledge. You can know how to curse somebody, but don't go cursing people left and right just because you're offended because they talk some shit. Let karma bite them in the ass. You don't have to lift a goddamn finger. Just protect yourself, ground yourself, and focus on your goal. The universe, when you're in alignment with your truth, the universe will have your back. Don't be ignorant either, don't be snooty about it either or anything like that, but I think you get what I'm saying. With love, do it with love. I love you so much and I love me so much that I'm gonna do what makes me happy because you want me happy, right? You love me, right? And I need to love myself. So I do. And I love you enough that I want to share this with you. Or I love you enough that I understand that you're not gonna support me in that. Whatever it is that you have to do, okay? But yes, move forward, have fun with it. Have fun with it. Once you get stale, interesting, I was shuffling, like subconsciously I just started shuffling again. And it ended in Rainbow Dragon brings the leap of joy that opens new doors. Have trust, rediscover wisdom, expect miracles, accept opportunities. So that's beautiful. At the end of the day, after it has rained and poured, there's a rainbow. Think about that. Just because it's a gloomy day doesn't mean it's a bad day. Alright, so work on your perception on certain things, and I really believe that will really help you on your path. If this has resonated with you, I'm sorry you guys for others of you who might still be watching this that it hasn't resonated, then please consider watching the other pile. But yeah, end vicious cycles. Like, be more gentle and kind with yourself. Don't bash yourself down just because you want to explore new horizons and learn new things. Incorporate everything that's important to you. Like, one thing that's important to me that I learned in Christianity and in my upbringing with my family is you're blessed to be a blessing. And that is something that has stuck with me in my heart ever since I heard it. And especially now. I saw 48 by the way. And that's one of the things that I really do my best to live by. And people who really know me, even if they know like energies that I enjoy learning about and different things like that, they understand like I'm not a bad person just because of my beliefs and just because of things like that. And just stay open-minded, to have open-minded communication with people, people who ask you questions about it. Like, be open-minded enough or patient enough to explain certain things to them. There are going to be people who don't understand and who might have fears or doubts or something like that, but how you express yourself to somebody in particular when you're trying to explain your path, especially when it's already demonized and misunderstood, It's very important to be grounded about it. Of course, like I just went off and all this because if you're watching this, then I'm sure if this is resonated, then you understand. But of course, when you're explaining to other people, be more patient with them because most people are still very brainwashed, and are too fearful to question what it is that they believe or why they were raised the way that they were or different things like that. So show yourself enough love to explore and show those people enough love that if they care to learn about it, then be open with them. And even if they're being rude about it and obnoxious and annoying and they think they know everything, even though they haven't done any research, let them be them. You know? You don't have to cut somebody out of your life just because of that. Now, if you really feel like you have to because they're very toxic and they talk shit, then do what you have to do. But just because some people don't understand your path doesn't mean that they don't love you. Excuse me. And I think the people that really love you will at least give you the space to explore, as long as you're not harming yourself or anybody else. And you can make it a point too that that's something that's important to you. You want to learn more about yourself and delve deeper into other things and question things. And I mean, science wouldn't be what it is today if scientists didn't have a hypothesis and try to discover how to come to some sort of conclusion. The only way that civilizations progress is through questioning what they've already been taught and believed and start doing things different. If whoever it was that wanted to build the plane, the first planes ever, if they really let everyone tell them like, oh, you're crazy, you want to fly like a bird, ha 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 ha. If they really gave a fuck so much about what other people thought, we wouldn't have the transportation that we do today. It would have come at a much later time. Excuse me. I almost sneezed. Thank you if you said bless you. It's like I heard bless you. But yeah, so question everything. Have a reason for believing what you believe. Don't just believe it because it's what you're raised to believe. Question everything. Alright? So I'm gonna leave it here. I hope that this message resonated and brought you some clarity and perspective into your situation. If it helped, please consider giving it a thumbs up and consider watching some of my other videos and supporting some of my content. And I'm really grateful for you to share your time and your energy with me. It really means a lot. And again, I really hope that this helped you. So if this is where we part, then thank you so much. I love you guys. Thank you for sharing your energy here with this soul family. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Thank you. Bye. Alright, so we're gonna get started with pile number 2. I'm gonna go ahead and cleanse the space. That was a lot longer than I anticipated, but I get it. I just heard the song, if it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's up. Who's that? Was that Cardi B? Nicki? No. I don't remember. For sure it was a female rapper, but I don't remember. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose this phantom quartz generator, then this is your pile. I heard Egyptian. I'm thinking like Egyptian pantheon already. If you've been wanting to study more about Egypt or their beliefs, their pantheon, and things like that, or if you already work with one of their deities, then this may be a confirmation that this is your pile. If you felt drawn to pile number 1, then consider watching that one after this. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with some seeing bowl. Alrighty. So again, hello pile 2. If you chose this one, this is your pile. Welcome. I hope that your day is going well. Let's see what comes out for you today. Alright, we had some cards flying the fuck out. Let's see here. We have... No way. No fucking way. Okay. If you watched the first pile, then this is a confirmation. If you were thinking about watching both piles, this is a confirmation for you. We had a bunch of the cards that came out in pile 1, and yes, I didn't put them individually, like separated them when I shuffled, but you just saw me shuffle right now. They came out, most of them, so, but they're all upright. So we have the Magician, we have the Hierophant, we have the Three of Cups, and interesting because these came out, like, in the previous pile, this one came out before this one, but in this pile, this one came before this one. So that's really interesting. I don't think I'm going to talk too much about these in particular. If you felt really drawn to pile 1, then this is your confirmation. A very, very strong one to watch it. I know it's long, but if you have time to watch some of it here and there, then consider doing so. It might really have a lot of messages that resonate with you. So let's see about these. We have the Fool in reverse. We have the World in reverse. So many reversals. The Hermit in reverse, and the Empress in reverse. Okay. I feel like this is a continuation of pile number 1, perhaps. So if you're coming from pile 1, welcome back. I know that one was pretty heavy. Again, I feel like you're really trying to move away from the past, move away from people who don't understand you, from people who may have narcissistic tendencies, people who may accuse you of things that you don't do, people who claim that you're bad just because of your beliefs or something, and you're really wanting to explore something new, or maybe you're afraid to explore something new. With the World card here in reverse, is like, hold on to what it is that you believe. Really follow your truth. I'm feeling so much like similar energy to pile number 1. I even cleansed the space and all of that. Or perhaps for some of you, you may have come out of a situation where you felt like maybe your family, your friends, significant other were very controlling, or maybe thought really negatively about your beliefs. Maybe you're just very like misunderstanding about what it is that you believe. We have the Page of Swords upright. I saw 10144. And it's interesting too, because there was this part of me that asked myself, should I separate the cards when I put them back in the deck? And I felt like it was a no. So I feel like that's a very specific message. Again, if you feel pile number 1 also resonated with you. While I was shuffling and I split the deck, I did see this card. So I'm gonna pull it as well. Okay, I feel like these cards want to be talked about too. Okay. This was the under the deck energy when I got the first set of cards that were from pile 1. And then when I shuffled it, this ended up being the under the deck energy again. And this is the 7 of Pentacles. So I definitely feel like you have been trying to manifest. You have already planted certain seeds in your life. You may be struggling to move forward and start something new to really manifest what it is that you want. Some of you are really seeing the truth of situations and really questioning people, places, and things around you and their true intentions. Or maybe you've experienced some not so pleasant things in like the church or something. You feel very misunderstood. Maybe people were claiming that you're like bad, or something. There's this energy that you have been trying to move away from, some paranoid energy. This is the Hermit. This depiction of the Hermit is a really good way to look at it. Some of you may have been starting to reconnect with certain people, or you're trying to find your soul tribe, people who really understand you, who really don't take you for granted, people who listen to what it is that you have to say, whether it's within their own beliefs or not. With the Empress in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles, what I'm seeing here with that is, I feel like some of you have less sympathy or less care or less energy to deal with people who keep you stuck. I feel like you have really been trying to move away from toxic partners, friendships, family members, different things like that, co-workers or work environments. Page of Swords. But I feel like some of you are still pretty guarded. when it comes to your communication. Maybe it is that you feel like the person you want to open up to or something wouldn't really understand. Maybe they'll be upset or disgusted, or that they'll think less of you for some reason. I feel like some of you are afraid that if you open up, that it will cause people to consider you like dead to them or something. But let me tell you something. Somebody who really loves you, I saw 105.55. Somebody who really loves you will still love you no matter what. Even if they don't understand and they push you away and stuff, like there will still be that love within them. And yes, there are people who hold grudges. Yes, there are people who don't care. Yes, there are people who want everything their way, and if it's not their way, then they want you out of the picture. But what I'm seeing here is that if you open up about who you really are and what is really important to you, and people start to fall away, that only allows you more time and space and energy to give to the people who do love you, who do understand you, who do support you. It will only allow you to see through people's bullshit. When people start to become successful, when people start to open up about who they really are, that's when you know who your real friends are. And just because people fall away, or maybe it's not their thing, doesn't mean that they hate you. Doesn't mean they never want to talk to you ever again. Maybe they just need to figure something out for themselves. Don't think that everyone who leaves your path is out to get you. Some people just need to figure out what it is that they want, and what's really important to them. I see the 9 of Pentacles here again, if I can get it. It's a very creepy card, has a lot of vibes of like negative energies looming around you. The 9 of Pentacles is usually about being independent, being able to provide for yourself. But I heard lost. I feel like you may have been feeling very lost when it comes to your family, when it comes to work, when it comes to you being an entrepreneur, or what it is that you're trying to build for yourself, or even just you finding your grounding and your stability. I feel like it's been very difficult for you. I'm sorry if you can hear sounds. My parents just got home. Queen of Wands in reverse. You are noticing who are the energy vampires around you, and you're really cutting them out of your life or distancing yourself from them. These people may have been people who you went to church with, people who you grew up with, people who you work with, old friends, strangers even. You're starting to be more aware of the negative energies that people are sending to you, consciously or subconsciously. You are trying your best to relinquish those negative energies, trying to transmute those energies and keep energy vampires away. I heard garlic. Maybe you might want to consider making like a little spell jar, or like spell bag, like mojo bag, or a medicine bag of some sort that will help protect you from energy vampires. This is especially important if you are an empath. Then really consider that. So if you notice that you're around people and all of a sudden you feel super excited for no reason, or super sad or super upset for no reason, you are picking up on other people's energies. And so you really need to protect yourself against these energies. I feel like you know this and you have been trying to understand who you really are and delving deeper into figuring out how to protect yourself better. Okay, so we have the Page of Wands in reverse. I love this card. Like the creepy dilapidated doll with like all the bugs. I'm not crazy about centipedes. They're fucking cool and amazing creatures, but they're little like, you know. But they're cool. So we have a spider, we have centipedes here, we have another centipede like on her wrist. This is very specific, but maybe you have a tattoo of a centipede or a snake or a dragon. I feel like that's very, very specific. Not everyone's gonna want a bug on them, you know what I'm saying? Especially not that kind. Page of Wands in reverse. You're trying to see who are the real people who really support you. You may be afraid to get out of your comfort zone because maybe you are an empath and maybe you have been isolating yourself out of your own for your own safety. Excuse me. Maybe for like your own safety, you've been isolating yourself, but you've been wanting to celebrate or spend time with people who you feel are soul family or who you feel really connected to or that you've been wanting to connect deeper with. People who are interested in similar things to you. But you may still be afraid of people who are wearing masks around you or who have the type of energy that will leech off of you. What I would recommend is do like a cleansing ritual and call all of your energy back into yourself. Claim it. Do a cleansing to break all ties, all negative ties, and to reclaim all of your energy. All of it. Whatever energy somebody else has taken from you, whatever energy you have allowed somebody to take consciously, subconsciously, call it back in. Cleanse your space, cleanse yourself, your aura. If you know Reiki, do Reiki. If you've been feeling drawn to get Reiki done, then do that. I feel like someone here is a doll collector, whether it's like fashion dolls or porcelain dolls or stuffed dolls. I feel like somebody here, it's a specific message, but I feel like you may be a doll collector. I heard cleanse your dolls too. So if somebody gives you a doll, cleanse it. I feel like that's a very specific message, but maybe somebody is trying to send you some negative energy. They know you love dolls, you collect them, and maybe when they give you one, they actually imbued it with some kind of negative energy to stop you from your manifestation or to quiet you from speaking your truth. Maybe they wronged you and they don't want you to admit it to other people or let other people come to know who they really are. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like if this is resonating with you, this person doesn't want to see you successful. They don't want to see you grounded. They don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you having a happy family, happy home, happy career. But fuck it. Fuck what they think. They can focus their own time and energy on their damn self. You reclaim your power and utilize it to benefit you and keep moving forward. If you feel lost, sit with yourself and gather yourself and ask yourself, am I really happy? No? Why? What do I need to change in my life? Oh, I fucking hate my job. well, apply for other places. Keep your options open. Consider new things. There may be an opportunity that comes your way that if you're like, well, I already have a job, it's full time, it already pays good. But if you hate your job, is that really more important to you, doing something you hate just because it pays well? I know some people don't care about that, and some people just care about the money, but I don't know about you. I don't want to be doing nothing that I feel is like not what will help me in my life get to where I really want. I think at some point we all need to consider what's more important to us, money or happiness. And there is a way to find a happy balance, but in order to do that, you have to know what it is that you desire, and you have to have goals, and try to put yourself in situations that will align you more with those goals, those dreams, those aspirations, and the manifestations that you're trying to build for yourself. If you're feeling lost, sit with yourself. If you need to write things down, write them down. Really consider, really analyze your life. The people, the places, and things that don't make you happy, do you need them? Or can you move away from it? Can you figure something else out? Can you declutter your space so that you have mental clarity? If your space is really cluttered, then this is a confirmation for you to do some decluttering. If you have 6,000 friends on your Facebook or something and you only talk to 10 of them, why keep all 6,000? Are there people that just make you feel drained? You don't have to be their friend. You don't have to spend time with people who you don't want to spend time with. Learn to say no. It's that simple. It's not easy all the time, but it's literally that simple. If you don't want to do something, say no. And again, it's not always easy, especially when it's somebody who you've known for so long. Maybe it's hard for you because they're older than you, or whatever the case is. Don't be afraid. Detach if you have to detach. You need to allow yourself the space, the time, and the energy to manifest what it is that you desire. And there are always going to be leeches. If you felt drawn to Power One, watch it. You need to learn to transmute that energy, especially as an empath. You have to protect yourself, and whatever energies that have leaked in, you need to learn to transmute it, and you need to learn how to let it go. You need to learn how to heal it, and really decipher the difference between somebody else's energy and your own, which isn't easy. It takes time, but you have to allow yourself to sit there and analyze it so that you can learn to distinguish the difference. And then we have the Two of Cups in reverse. For some of you, this may be a significant other that you have been feeling very drained. Maybe they're abusive, maybe they neglect you, maybe they lie to you, maybe you feel like you have to have your guard up because they just don't understand. Even if this is not a significant other, this could be a family member, could be a best friend. I feel like you're not happy with where you are. And sometimes you might act like it because you don't want people to know your sorrows. You allow people to... If you're with a group of friends, I feel like you're the mom energy. The energy that anyone can come to for advice. The one that people trust. But where are those people when you need advice? When you need the help? When you need a shoulder to cry on? Where are they? Do they reciprocate? Or are they one-sided? And that's another way that you can decipher whose energy is just leeching off of you and whose energy is worth your time, quite frankly. especially as an empath, you have to be the most discerning for your own safety. How can you provide for others if you can't provide for yourself? Because then all of these people's negative energy stays stuck and creates stale negative energy within your aura. It will slow down your manifestation or block it completely. There are some people around you that don't want to see you happy, that like to see you lost and confused. And maybe some people love to just complain to you and complain because they see how much it drains you, and they would rather drain you than to hype you up so that you don't have time or energy for what it is that you really want, what it is that you really want to do in your life. It's really sad. Spend more time with people who really love you and who understand you and who want to see you happy and who reciprocate to you. So is it an equal flow of you share your story, I share mine, you share your story, I share mine? Or are they the only ones talking for hours and hours and hours, talking your ear off, just spreading rumors or talking this bullshit? Learn to say no. Learn to pull back your energy when you need to. And again, especially as an empath, that you literally people's energy will be like a leech on your energy, on your auric field. And you need that for yourself and the people that you love. How can you provide for yourself and others when you're giving all this time and energy to people who don't fucking deserve it just because you don't know how to say no? Or you're afraid to say no? Fuck what they think. I saw 122.33, by the way. 123 is making me think of that Fool card. Take the steps forward. Speak your mind when you need to speak it. You don't have to over explain yourself. If you need to say, hey, I'm busy, I'm sorry, I can't hang out today, well, then you're busy. You don't have to over explain, hey, well, it's because this is going on, blah, blah, blah. If you want to sit on your ass watching TV for once out of the week because you're so busy working a shitty job or whatever the case is, or you have kids or this or that or the other, if you're busy, you're busy. And you don't have to explain to nobody what you're doing. You're going to work, right? You're going to your shifts that you're scheduled to do while you're working there, right? Then what's wrong with you taking some time and energy to yourself? Nothing. People don't like it? That's their fucking problem, not yours. You need to have your back, and you need to make sure that you're not overextending yourself, because then you're left with nothing. By the end of the night, you're so exhausted. The next day, you have to wake up at the ass crack of dawn. I hear like 9 to 5 kind of job. And you just feel so drained. You have to learn to say no. It's that simple. Simple doesn't mean easy, but it's literally that simple. And until you learn to say no, people will constantly always leech off of you. They will take your money, they will take your time, they will take your energy, and you could utilize all of that to build what it is that you desire for yourself. And to feel unlost, like to find yourself again. To follow through with what it is that you desire. I saw 124.42, by the way. Connect with the moon and the stars. When you're feeling very lost and you feel stuck in this world, look up. at the night sky, or even during the day, look at the clouds. You could do, I forget what it's called, but cloud gazing is a form of divination on its own. Trust the messages that you're receiving while you're cloud gazing or while you're gazing upon the stars. There are messages that come to you that you doubt it because you feel like it's just your mind spewing some bullshit. It's not. The energies that you work with, the energies that love you, that support you, that care about you, have been trying to tell you something. I feel like it's this, but it's also more than this, which will be obviously specific to your situation. This is a general reading, so not all of it may resonate. Again, I feel really, really called to tell you, like, if you feel drawn to pile number 1, watch it. Really consider it, because there may be more messages for you there. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and pull. There's one of the dragon cards I saw under the deck that makes me think of Akashic Records. So if you've been wanting to connect with your Akashic Records, that may also be a message for you. I heard I am Isis. Maybe you work with Isis, or you've been thinking about it. The Egyptian goddess. I heard Thoth. I don't know all of them, but those are just a couple that I heard. Bast. Anubis. I guess those are the most well-known ones. Ra. I don't know which one's the alligator or crocodile. Maybe, excuse me, maybe you don't know this, but maybe your genealogy connects to ancient Egypt. Maybe you want to look into like African pantheons or African spiritual beliefs or gods and goddesses, things like that. And that could resonate for everybody. It doesn't matter, like, I feel like this needs to be said. I feel like somebody said, but I'm not African, like I don't have African American blood or something. It doesn't matter if you do. You don't have to connect with those energies. And you may find in your genealogy that perhaps you do. For example, I have a brighter complexion. I'm mostly descendant from Spain, but I'm Puerto Rican by blood. Like, my family is Puerto Rican. And if you know anything about Puerto Ricans, we're a mixture of Taino native, so native Puerto Ricans, like Africans, and Spaniard. So, I mean, you go to Puerto Rico, you see light-skinned Puerto Ricans, dark-skinned Puerto Ricans, curly hair, straight hair, green eyes, hazel eyes, brown eyes. You see all shapes and sizes and colors. Don't judge yourself, or don't follow the PC bullshit that you have to have a certain skin color to connect with a certain energy. No, you fucking don't. If you feel it in your heart to connect, then that's the way that you know that that entity is trying to connect with you. Don't feel guilty for it. Why the fuck should you? Shit. I get tired of hearing shit like that. The magenta dragon enables you to bring forward your soul wisdom, awaken your soul memories, and higher spiritual understanding. Prepare for accelerated ascension. I heard Let It Burn. That made me think of the Adele song. I think it's called Burn. I don't remember. I saw 1:30:30 turn to 1:30:31. I feel like this is also a confirmation for some of you who have been wanting to connect with your Akashic records, and also bringing into it, even if your genealogy has nothing to do with a certain culture, like African or Asian descent, or whatever the case is, European descent, or whatever it is, that doesn't mean in a past lifetime that you weren't a part of that civilization. And skin color don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? I think every skin color is beautiful, whether it's light or dark or in between. And I think some people need to stop being so goddamn judgmental. We have Air Dragon. Helps you rise above earthly matters. Communicate honestly. Brings inspiration and hope. See life from a higher perspective. Definitely. There's way more to our existence than our physical looks. There's way more to existence than our blood. Be grateful for your ancestors. Connect with them. But don't be afraid to do your own thing either. Connect with what you feel you need to connect to understand yourself better, because everyone is different. I heard Kuan Yin. So even if you've been wanting to connect with, okay, I feel like this is a specific message here. Somebody here is brainwashed into believing this PC cultural bullshit, or this cancel culture bullshit, that just because you're not like, you don't look like this, or you don't come from a family like this, or whatever, that you can't connect. That's fucking stupid. And it's bullshit. Completely. You connect to what you feel you need to connect. You connect to what matters to you. You have the gratitude to connect. Do it with appreciation and respect. And no one can tell you shit. Period. I don't give a fuck what bullshit they tell you. Why does it matter to them? If you come with respect and to learn and to appreciate those energies, then you are just as deserving as anybody else. Period. You need to change your perception, and don't allow people with closed-minded perceptions. Like this day and age, there are so many people that I saw 133:33. So many people who are open-minded, but not very open-minded. They're open and minded enough to believe in new opportunities and perspectives, and they care enough to be more aware of people's feelings, but very close-minded in the fact that, oh, well, you're not this, so you can't wear this. You're not black, so you can't wear dashiki. You're not Asian, you're not Japanese, you can't wear a kimono. You can wear whatever the fuck you want, as long as you appreciate it and you understand about the culture and you have a love and an understanding for it. You could do whatever the fuck you want. You want to decorate your house with things from India, from Asia, from Africa, from England, or wherever. I heard New Zealand. Whatever it is, do it. Do it. You appreciate it. I saw 134:34. Then who gives a fuck about what other people think? I'm pretty eclectic, as you can see. I have, that is Daruma, which is a Japanese symbol. It's a Buddhist symbol for perseverance. I have Daruma, oh, they're over there. It's like a ancient Japanese, like, wooden dolls that you knock them over and they come back up. They're made in a specific way that there's a weight that they always come back straight. And it's about perseverance, which is actually not from traditional Japanese beliefs. It's actually stems from Buddhism. There's that. There's this, which is the Hana Fatima or Hamsa, which originally originates from India, but has been known worldwide and is starting to become so popularized to help keep evil eye away and protect you. Who the fuck cares what other people think? I have little trinket things there from Asia. I have this bowl. It's I believe that's Native American, like hand carved bowl from a Native American tribe. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm very eclectic. I love to collect and learn about different cultures and different things like that. People don't like it, I don't give a flying fuck. You know what I'm saying? You don't like it, then my energy is not for you. Period. And I feel like some people are afraid to get to that point where they're like, I'm doing it anyway, because of cancel culture, which I think is a bunch of bullshit. It pisses me off when I hear people bitching and griping about, like, well, this person isn't this and blah blah blah. So the fuck what? As long as they're not harming anybody and they do it with respect, they can do whatever the fuck they want. Maybe you should just focus on your damn self. That's just me. But my energy's not for everybody because I'm pretty blunt and I don't believe in PC bullshit. So, I just had to say that. I believe we all come from source, and just because we look different and we speak differently and we're raised in different cultures doesn't mean we don't feel, doesn't mean that we don't have an understanding. We should all appreciate ourselves and each other's cultures. Period. I'm not Mexican. I'm Puerto Rican. But I've lived in the border like the majority of my life, and I just barely started to get into wanting to celebrate like Dia de los Muertos, for example, which is a Mexican tradition. I can celebrate it, and I don't have to be Mexican. And if somebody's like, well, you can't, well, fuck you, fuck what you think, I don't give a fuck. I appreciate it, and it's about appreciating and honoring your ancestors, appreciating and honoring the past loved ones that you have. Nobody, you don't have to answer to nobody. They don't like it, they could do their own thing. Period. And you don't have to be a part of a religion to celebrate that holiday. If you want to, then do it. You don't have to be a Christian to celebrate Christmas. The mass majority of the world celebrates Christmas and don't even know anything about the holiday's true, roots. And actually, I mean, if you really do research on it, a lot of Christian holidays were a lot of back then Christians took pagan holidays and made it into their own holiday. So I mean, if you really want to go back to the dawn of time and what came first, then that's arguable. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do, celebrate what you celebrate, learn what you learn because you love it and you have a deep connection to it because you want to learn about it and because you appreciate it. And you don't have to answer to fucking nobody. They don't have to like it as long as you respect it. There's a big difference. Now, if you're disrespecting it, then fuck off. You know what I'm saying? That's different. But you're able to learn about it. I hate xenophobia. I hate racism. I hate sexist. Being sexist to men or women is sexist. Being racist to black or white or whatever else is racist. Being xenophobic to any other culture because you want your culture to stay the same, that's xenophobia. I don't believe in that shit. None of it. I hate all of that. I despise it. I think that's like the scum of the earth kind of energy. It just pushes people away and it makes people feel so isolated. Like, we're all human beings. We all have issues. We all have desires. And maybe we need to get the fuck out of our ass and see that we're all human. What's your race? Human. My species, I'm human. What are you? Human too, right? You have shit going on in your life. You have things you want to accomplish. Cool. Then we have more in common than we think. Just because we look different doesn't mean shit. Period. But that's just me. You let me know what you think. But anyway, so this last one says, Earth and Fire Dragon works with you to clear the 5th dimensional ley lines. It is time for service. When you give, you receive. This is beautiful. It's making me think again back to pile number 1. Again, if you felt drawn to that, then consider watching it. Even if you had to watch it little by little. Excuse me. Excuse me, I heard generational karma. It's time for service. When you give, you receive. What that makes me think of is, I'm not sure if I mentioned it in this pile, but I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in the last pile. Something that I was raised to believe, something that I did take from Christianity that really will always stay so true to my heart, is that you're blessed to be a blessing. And I don't care what other people think. That is something so special to me, because it's so easy to be a cold-blooded asshole and to blame other people and point the fucking finger at other people. But you know what? When you realize you're blessed to be a blessing to other people, that is such a beautiful energy that connects you directly to source energy, which is love. Nobody can take that. If you feel that resonates with you, really connect with that. For example, I think I mentioned in your pals something about decluttering your energy or space. Donate that shit. Even if you sell it, like, get rid of it and realize that what doesn't serve you can serve somebody else. If you don't want to donate it to like a thrift store, donate it to a shelter. You have, if you're feminine and you have a lot of like women's clothes, donate it to a battered women's shelter. If you have toys from your childhood, donate it to an orphanage or something. Like, if you have art supplies, donate it to an art school or to your local high school or elementary school or whatever. Take it to the art class. You have an old instrument, donate it to the closest school that has that use for that instrument. Like, if you have a violin, donate it to an orchestra. If you have a drum set, donate it to a band, like a high school band or something, or a middle school. Whatever it is that is blocking you and your energy, somebody else can use that and appreciate it. You're blessed to be a blessing. Don't hoard things just because you feel like there's never enough. That is also something that a lot of us may have subconsciously, especially if you come from a home where your family didn't have enough and you got a job that started paying very well, and so you started buying a lot of shit and you started hoarding everything because in your childhood your family was poor or something. Then relax. Realize you're blessed to be a blessing. You don't have to hoard everything just because you feel like subconsciously that you'll never have enough. You keep what you need and what is special to you, and you let go of the rest so that it can bless others. Sell it, donate it, do what it is. Literally, if you don't want to take it anywhere, I'm pretty sure if you put it outside your house when you put free to take, somebody would take that right up. I don't know about your neighborhood, but like here, around here, that's how people do. Sometimes people do that, and it works. If you don't have time or you don't have gas or anything like that, but you live in a neighborhood with houses nearby, then put that free shit, take it, whatever, you know? Somebody would gladly take that up. There are people who will take those things, fix them, and sell them, and maybe their family is more impoverished. Maybe they have more poverty. Maybe they're more poor, and so they take what they can, they fix it, and then they sell it. Let them. It's not doing you any good taking up space, precious, what's the word? Real estate, precious real estate in your mind and in your physical space. Let it go. You are blessed to be a blessing. Remember that. You have your gifts of intuition and of being an empath to help others, but you need to also learn to protect yourself, because there are people that will take from you. It's different when you give out of love and respect to those who deserve it, but not everyone deserves it. Not everyone deserves your time and your energy. There are people that once you give, they start to leech and leech and leech and leech every single little bit that they can fucking take from you. I'm pretty sure if you're still watching that you have had that experience many times. Don't be a pushover. Stand your ground. Speak your mind. Saying no is simple, but it's not always easy. And that's something that has to be worked on. Be compassionate with yourself enough to work through that. And again, you don't have to explain to anybody. You could just say, hey, I'm sorry I can't hang out. And if they're like, why? I'm sorry, I'm going through a lot of shit right now. I just need time to myself. And if they want to bitch and gripe about it and they don't understand, fuck that. You do what you gotta do for you. You're blessed to be a blessing, but how can you be a blessing when you don't allow yourself to have the time and the energy? You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. But yeah, there's something about ley lines. Maybe you live around ley lines, or maybe you've been wanting to do more research on that, or maybe you've been wanting to go to like a national park nearby that you have done research on and found out that there are ley lines there. Ley lines are extremely powerful like points, geographical points, or no, I don't want to say points. I mean, it's a point when they cross and they connect, but it's like a ley line. The whole space, that energy there is very powerful and very magical. Some people believe that it can connect to other dimensions, or there's this one place here in America that is a national park, I believe, and it literally has like examples or certain things that you can do to see how gravity is like backwards there. And I don't know if you like ghost adventures or something, but they've gone there. I think in between one of their investigations they went because it was like nearby or something, or they did an investigation there. But I digress. So for example, there's like this ramp that they like let a ball go, and of course the ramp, naturally gravity is going to make the ball roll down, but then at some point it rolls back up, and it's the craziest shit. Or there's this point like in this house that's kind of like off balance, that like they'll put a broom and it'll stay straight. Like it might lean a little bit, but it's not falling. So I don't know if that interested you. If you were like, what? That's not true. Whatever. Do research on it. Maybe you might come across something that is important for your path, for you to learn, to start questioning our reality. Question everything, you know? Heard end vicious cycles, and I feel like, again, this has a lot to do with you being an empath and being too afraid to say no to certain people, places, and things. If you're the type that's on a decluttering journey, which I've been for years now, some people can do it like that. Literally, you know what? I'm gonna take the weekend to do it, and then they do it like so quick. But not everyone can do that. Maybe you don't have the time or the energy, or maybe you get decision fatigue, or maybe you are very sentimental with objects. It's different for everybody. Maybe you're trying to, maybe you don't want to be a minimalist, but maybe you're trying to adapt minimalistic mentalities so that way you can be better financially and have more a clear space mentally and physically. Watch those videos. I watch decluttering videos like crazy. I would say I saw 151. I watch a lot of tarot readings. I watch a lot of declutterings, and I watch stuff like that. And I watch other stuff too. Some fashion stuff sometimes. Leah fashion, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like if you've been feeling really called to let go, then let go. If you want to donate your clothes to the nearest church, do it. If you have toys and they're doing a toy drive, do it. Walmart's at this time of year, I know the one closest to our house, they have like a big box for coat drives because 'tis the season. It's fucking cold and there are poor people out there who don't have coats. Maybe instead of donating it to Goodwill, you could drop them off there. You're going to Walmart to get groceries anyway, or toiletries, or snacks. Why not throw some of that shit in there for somebody else to utilize and appreciate? What else? I'm the type of person, it's taken me years to declutter because I do have sentimental attachments to certain things. I wasn't raised in a family that are very like good at decluttering, so that's something I've had to learn. But it really has made all the difference in the world. For sure. Like, I don't regret it. I really don't. And I've been on my journey, still on my journey, still finding things to declutter. If you want to make it fun, watch those 30-day decluttering challenge. I think that's a really good and beautiful way to do it. And by the end of a month, you'll have decluttered almost 500 items. And it could literally be a piece of paper. It could literally be an old letter that you never got rid of. It could be an old chapstick. Like, it could be any fucking porqueria. Anything from, I like how somebody said, anything from a piece of paper to a car. And everything in between. And it's so crazy how much shit that we have, especially like if you live in like a Western civilization or like in America or something, very grateful for freedoms and stuff like that. But you know, our culture is very consumer driven. Like, oh, you got a pimple, like get these products and this product and this product, or oh, you're looking for one pair of shoes, oh well, what about these and these and these and those, and oh, you're looking for a jacket, why don't you get this buy one get one 50% off? Oh, you're looking for toiletries, it's a buy two get one free, or you know what I mean? And of course that's how marketing is, that's how business is, but it is very toxic. You don't have to go for the deal just because it is a deal. Technically is not a deal if you don't need it. You'll be wasting more money going for that buy one get one when the other item is just something that you kind of liked, but you don't think that you'll really get wear out of, but just because it's 50% off, you're tempted. Just don't get it. Like, you had to pay full price for that one item you wanted anyway. So you save on taxes by not buying more items. You save your money by not adding to it. Of course, if you work retail and you have to do add-ons, like, I understand. I work retail too, and it sucks. But you do what's best for you and your wallet and your family and your space and all of that. So I hope that helped. I'm still on my decluttering journey, but I'm very much more happy with where I am. But don't be afraid to take baby steps. Use whatever method you feel. If you want to use Maria Kondo, like her method of spark joy, or if you want to use the 30-day challenge, or if you want to do for your clothes that 333 thing, or whatever the fuck method you find, and you don't even have to like conform to somebody else's method. You can make your own. But one thing that I do find that is very useful, that I watch, I don't even know, I've heard it so many times at this point, is like, would you buy it again? If the answer is no, then you don't need it. And if you can replace it, there also, I've heard before, if you can replace it under like $20 in under 20 minutes or something, then, and you never use it, then just get rid of it. I'm getting hungry, y'all. It's time for me to head out. But yeah, I would love to know your guys' thoughts, or where you are in your journey and stuff like that. But I really hope that this message has helped you bring some clarity and perspective into your situation. If you felt drawn to pile 1, then please consider watching it. And if this is where we part, then thank you so much for being here and sharing your energy with us here at the Soul Family. And I hope you'll consider watching some of my other readings, sticking around if it resonated. Please consider giving a thumbs up, all that jazz. Consider subscribing and blah blah blah. You know how it goes. Gotta be a self-advocate, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you're interested in tarot reading, I do online readings. Unfortunately, I don't have a physical location to do readings anymore at the moment. But yeah, so I hope that this helped you. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Take care. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.